to put them on to funding and finances and scholarships and so forth to have them go to college. So how are the kids doing in their SAT scores? And how does that compare to the national average? I don't have the answer to this yet. Maybe you did.
Compared to what?
The national average on SAT. So if our average is 412 and the national average is 520.
We've got a problem. We had one of the English teachers say that New Hampshire students are #1 in the country in SAT scores. We have the highest in the country in New Hampshire. But what he didn't understand was the only kids that take the SAT are the top students going to college.
Right.
Other states, everybody has to.
Correct.
And so you can't compare that.
Right. And so you have to look at that. And by the way, when they compare the United States, it does phenomenally well with competing countries. We test everybody. Those countries do not. They only test the population that's going to be going on to higher education. They don't have that. It's a privilege. So you really have to sort of take a look at that. So we could debate for a long time what the standards are, but there should be some kind of what is important. What do we feel are important measures of kids' success? And it should, if it's a comprehensive school, it should include also how are we doing in the related arts, how are we doing in extracurricular, and how are kids doing across the board in science, math, social studies, and not just looking at the kneecaps. How are they doing in general? So, and then we had key issues facing the district. This was interesting. I think we sort of took the first one off, the scheduling. Everyone I talked to, that was one of the first things that was said to me, scheduling. I said, oh, okay, guess I have a scheduling problem when I come here. The very next day I was in their office and talking to them. I said, okay, this is the easy thing has just occurred. Although you worked for quite a while on this and spent a lot of energy, that was the easy part. The school board voted to have a schedule. I said, now the hard work really starts. Is it going to work for special education kids? What safety nets we're putting in place? How is that schedule going to be filled? How are you communicating that with parents? And what are you going to do when you have a mismatch of a teacher and a kid? You're going to stick that kid with that teacher for the whole year if there's some kind of, so there's a lot of other things. We have not created the perfect world, but we've created at least a system that we can then begin to look at how do we make this work. A lot of issues. But I thank you for supporting Dixie, and I think the administration is happy they have something to run with right now.
Can I add something to scheduling?
Yeah.
It goes far beyond the scheduling at the high school. Every school obviously has its scheduling issues, but there's also the whole scheduling of the buses, and there have been attempts made to go to a one-bus system. And there are issues with, just after school, kids being scheduled in after school, and how the buses work, and all of this other stuff. So, something just to keep in mind.
Usually busing is a matter of money. If you want to hire more bus drivers or have a more expensive contract because you want everybody to have a one tier, they don't come to school to say they want to go home, there's a huge price for that. So, the system we had three tiers. Some parents who had a kid at the high school and elementary, they spent their whole day getting kids ready to get buses. So I will note that there are other schedules that need attention. Anything else that pops out on this list? I'm not going to read them all. Give you a chance to just look at